What is good, everyone? Welcome to the Thru It All podcast. Kind of took a break for a little bit, but now we're coming back. So the goal, as you kind of know, for each episode is to just have conversations about topics that people might not usually talk about. And these podcasts are basically just for me and then all the people out there watching to just grow and become better human beings because of it. So today, Sean Mortazavi. Just to give a little background, Sean owned a machinery. You owned a machinery business.
Yes. Correct.
Sold that, then you're just a workout freak now, and then a personal trainer here at the box in Costa Mesa.
I just started working at the box in Costa Mesa. I used to do it, freelancing on the side. As you know, we've worked out a couple times together, weightlifting and stuff. So
yeah, so that's how we really got connected. We were we hoop at 24 Hour Fitness in Irvine, and I always seen him in there. And after one session, he was like, "Dude, I love basketball too. Like, let me show you some lifts. Like, I play a whole bunch," and then showed me some lifts, and then that's how we kind of got here. And now I've been boxing the whole summer because of you. So, just a super cool dude. I'm excited to have a session, and just kind of want to start it off with, like, obviously your mentality is just ridiculous. Like, that's always something I have deep respect for. So, kind of just roll into that. How did that start? Was it something that you always had? Were you given to it at birth, or did you kind of mold yourself into that?
Well, I've always loved playing sports and working out my whole life, but like as I got older, I kind of like fell off. As I started my company, I kind of got out of it, and then I would just go to the gym, play basketball, go home, clock out, that was it. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start weightlifting again. I'm gonna wake up earlier, start eating right. So I was like 23 or 24, I really started to tackle it. I got over trying to go out and party or drink or do anything like that, and just focused on working out every day and focused on my business at the time. And yeah, that's where it started for me. It was around 24. I wish it started younger, but it started somewhere, and I'm glad it did because as you know, I love to wake up every day and get going. 5 a.m. latest start 5 a.m.
I mean, that's something we're gonna dive deep into here in a second, but I want to touch on, you mentioned when you were running your company and it was harder for you to maybe work out because you didn't have as much time.
Yeah.
But at that point, and I'm going to pull up the photo, so they can see, you were 250, right?
Yeah, I was 250.
You started at 250.
250, I was playing football. I played defensive tackle, defensive end. So, I actually did play quarterback when I was growing up too, but they were always moving me around and whatnot. And so, yeah, as I got older, I played at a bigger weight, and then it wasn't for me. As soon as I knew I was done with football, I was diving into working out. I lost 50 pounds in like 6 months. Then I just, from there kept going and going and going. But the business part is what helped me actually. People would start hitting me up around 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and I'd be like, oh man, I can't even work. Every day I was working out around 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So then that's when I was like, I got to wake up before everyone because I'd be going to work all stressed out, and I needed the workout first. So that's when I started waking up earlier than everyone and just trying to get in there, get my work done, so then I can go to work and actually work, function with work.
Yeah. So now go like as much as you want into your daily routine, because I obviously see a sliver of like the pie, right?
Yeah.
Like we go on runs, but I want you to tell me, like, tell the people out there like everything you do. I know what time you get up, what's your daily routine, and just kind of
daily routine for me now is I like to wake up and run a few miles right when I wake up, then come straight to the box with Coach Jeff, and then after that, hit another session of running, and one of my coaches, either Mario or Soto, one-on-one session right after, and then get a little something to eat, nice little weight lift, and then if I'm still feeling it, maybe another run, but sometimes that gas tank gets a little empty,
Every day. 4:30 a.m. to 5 is when you wake up.
That's the latest.
2 to 3 miles in the morning.
2 to 3 miles in the morning.
Session. Sometimes you train, like work people out
yes.
as a personal trainer, and then you go run again.
Yes.
And then you weight lift after that.
Correct.
So that's, first of all, that's just incredible. Like, I just have so much respect for you for that. And like, obviously, you're not trying to be a pro fighter right now. You're not trying to be an NBA champion,
No.
So
it's for me.
So go, because that's even, I have much deeper respect for that, because it's not like you're preparing for X, Y, and Z. You're doing it for you, and you're getting up at 4. That's just unheard of.
For me, not for anyone else. It's just for you. You versus you.
Do you think of the version of yourself that wasn't doing that as a motivating factor?
Or were
The
you always
thing,
kind of that way?
I've always been like wanted to go and work out, but I've let other things take over. Like my business, for instance, I let that completely take over. I was happy with the money I was making, but then I was just not happy other places in life. Obviously, I wasn't working out as much. I let it, like I said, I'd go to the gym 2 or 3 games of basketball, check out, go home. That was it for me. I didn't want to, I didn't care for it anymore. I wasn't being pushed, really. I didn't push myself anymore. That's where I was. I was like, okay, I can make money, go do my thing, whatever, go home and just chill out now. Nothing to do.
At what point did you decide to kind of go like, I'm all in on pushing myself? Like I made that decision.
24 years old.
When you were
About 10 years,
24?
about almost 10 years ago, yeah. And then I just let
were just
everything,
going.
yep, hard as I can, every day. No days off.
No days off?
No days off. Christmas. That's it. It's closed.
Christmas.
That's
the
it.
only day off?
Only day I take off.
What advice would you give to your 18-year-old self? Like if you sat him down, just like this, we're in the box with your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him?
I tell him to start boxing right away.
And why?
That's the best for self-confidence, I think.
What does boxing give you that like you don't think other sports can give you?
Well, other sports, even though boxing is a team sport, when you get in here, you're on your own, obviously. So you got to do the extra stuff. You can't rely on someone else. I can't rely on someone else being good on my team to take over if I'm not having a good day. There's no relying on anyone else. It's you. So for me, I think that's the biggest self-confidence builder for me was the boxing. I wish I started this way earlier. I'm glad I'm doing it now, obviously, but yeah, I'd definitely start this earlier, and I'd wake up earlier. I wouldn't wake up at 7, 8 a.m., which is still early for an 18-year-old kid. I'd still try and wake up at 4 a.m.
How do you respond to the days where, oh man, I'm not really feeling it today? You look at your
Those
alarm
are the
and
best
you're like,
days. Those are the best days. You push through. You just push through. Those are the days where you really feel it. I feel like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do this. You just get out and go. One step in front of the other, you got to go. You're going to stay in bed? Nah, to me, I can't do that. That's not for me. Never will be. That's never been for me. I always get up and go, no matter what.
Then you get your miles in and you're just
Always.
going.
I'm gone. Gone, no matter what, every day.
it's an incredible mentality, man. So the name of the podcast is Thru It All Podcast, and I was just curious, like, what does the phrase "through it all" mean to you, like in your terms?
Through it all. In my terms?
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even have to like relate to the podcast.
Yeah,
It could be
yeah.
like tailored to your complete story.
For me, through it all, That one's tough. You got me stumped here, but honestly, like, to me, through it all, it's like kind of like something like never quit, never, no matter what the bullshit is, you push through it, push through it all. To me, people make too many excuses for themselves. It's always, I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm lazy. Well, it's not going to get any easier. You got to push through all that shit, all that bullshit, all that negative stuff. You got to push through it. To me, I don't like excuses. I've had excuses. Everyone's had excuses, but you got to leave those at the door, man. You got to leave those at the door.
And I think like it might be easy for someone to get it confused, like, oh, like I'm hearing Sean right on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy doesn't have any bad thoughts. He's just always motivated every single day.
No, come on, that's not true. You know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying for someone out there, it's like
you're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have
Everyone
negative
has
thoughts,
it.
but it's about blocking that crap out.
Yeah.
And like you said, through it all, push through all of it. Every day's not gonna be easy.
Yeah. Well, just to like for them out there listening, like
The farthest I'd ran is like 5-point-something miles before. You know what I mean? And then earlier this week, you take me on a 9-mile spin or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never even touched that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, my legs are just heavy, and you're just like that's an appetizer for you.
Oh, great.
That's an appetizer for you.
That's
And the
great.
funniest thing, like to kind of wrap it up, was that we were running by the dog park, right? And this guy's a dog, right? And then this dog just follows him the whole line of the fence, and it was just really funny because it's like to me it was like symbolic. It's like real recognized real. Like this dude is a dog.
Dogs gotta eat.
Dogs gotta eat.
Dogs gotta eat.
So yeah, man, that run though, I know that's not. It's really for me telling you rather than the cameras there. Like I'd be thinking about that because when we were on the side of the street and you're like, how good do you want to be? Like I literally felt like that was a movie. I was thinking about that. I see Sean on the other side of the street, like, how good do you want to be? You know what I mean? So that was great, man. And just kind of finish up with like 3 questions at the end, like super chill ones, just kind of throw you off guard a little bit. Favorite Disney princess movie?
Disney princess movie. Dang. That's like a stump right there for me. I don't know.
Out of all the questions.
I guess Pocahontas. That's the only one I really know.
Because you have the Pocahontas
You
shirt?
see the shirt, you know?
Yeah, I'll pull that
Yep.
up too. All right, next one. Chick-fil-A or Cane's?
Chick-fil-A all day.
Easy?
Yeah, easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. And then the third one, which I finish off all my guests. What advice would you give to yourself at your lowest point?
At my lowest point, don't give up. Just don't give up. Get up and move, man. Get up and move. Trust me, everyone has a low point. It's about conquering those low points, no matter what. Whether it's whatever, being heavy, just there's so many different things that could be a low point for someone. Being broke, you know. It's about pushing through that crap though, because it's not going to stay the same. If you stay the same, of course it'll stay the same. But if you push through it, it'll change.
That's it.
That's it.
Sean Mortazavi. Beautiful, man. I appreciate you. Good work, man. My guy.